and welcome back to JenHannagans. Jen is Jen. I am Hannah. We are two best friends who have been doing this healthy life thing for over 2 years now using WW Blue and then iTrack Bites Better Balance. It's another car video with flies attacking the outside of it. Horse flies, ew. But there's a reason for it being in the car or starting in the car today. I was on my way home and I had this idea that I want to talk to you guys about. And I've thought about it before and it just really hit. Ignore the dark circles under my eyes. It's been a long day. Let's talk about non-scale victories. NSVs. Y'all, if you've been doing this, you know what NSV is. If you haven't, NSV is a non-scale victory. It is a way of measuring your progress or something that happens as a result of a weight loss journey or a healthy life journey that is a victory for you. It's something you look forward to. Now, there are a lot of NSVs, and it can be different for each person. Most common ones are, because it's non-scale victory, so it does not have to do with the actual pounds lost. It's the number of inches you've lost. So taking measurements helps. Going down a clothing size, things like that. Shoe sizes. Do you know you can lose shoe sizes when you lose weight? You can. But I'm going to talk to you and show you some of my favorite non-scale victories. And then maybe I'll ambush Jen and have her tell you some of hers. Starting in the car, because car actually has two non-scale victories. One is this. Seatbelt buckled in like it's supposed to be. This is because for more years of my life than I care to admit, I didn't buckle in the seatbelt. I would get in the car, I would take my seatbelt, buckle it in behind me, and then put the strap over me so that the seatbelt thing didn't ding, but if a cop came up, I had my seatbelt on. This wasn't because I didn't want to be safe. It was because I couldn't fit the seatbelt. It was super uncomfortable for me. I just couldn't do it. So, sorry for all the moving, but being able to fit in a seatbelt in a car. Lots of people will talk about airplane belt extenders. I would probably still need one, and I've never been on an airplane, so I've never had that experience. But I was seriously looking into how to get a belt extender for a vehicle because I couldn't fit. Now I can. It's not even a thought in my head anymore to buckle it behind me. So it's kind of funny when I think back and realize how long I did that for. Now, the actual car is another one, and I can't really show you this one, but the last several vehicles that I purchased, and still with this one, comfort was a huge thing. I literally could not even test drive some of the vehicles that I thought I wanted. They were all like mid-size SUVs or crossovers. But I couldn't drive them because the seat was uncomfortable. So when I got this car, the seat was comfortable. And it was surprising to me because the last car that I purchased, I tried a vehicle similar to this and I couldn't do it. The seat hurt. It was too small. I didn't fit in it. So not only did I not fit the seatbelt, I didn't fit the car seat. And I was just too squished. This vehicle is the same size as a vehicle I could not even test drive before. So that's a couple of my non-scale victories. I have some groceries to take into the house, and then I will show you a couple more. Okay. NSV number 2 The microwave is rude. Has to do with shopping in plus size stores. Now, I'm not talking about clothing. By the way, I'm in my closet. Not talking about clothing. I still shop at plus size store for clothing, and I will for a while. I don't top out their sizes though. But did you know, if you haven't been over 350 pounds, you probably didn't, that there are plus size stores, sort of, for things like office chairs? When you hit 350, everything has a weight limit. And I was well over that. So for years, I've had to special order chairs that would hold my weight. The one I'm sitting in is the first one that I ordered. It's very old. An arm is broken off of it. We keep it in the closet / laundry room because it's still comfortable. But let me show you this chair. Hold on. Now that's the chair. Now it may not look, the camera's not going to show how big that is, but this is my current office chair. Now, this chair, oh, you like my elephant? I did not buy this at a special store. I bought this at Sam's Club, I think. It is not rated for over 350 pounds because I didn't need it to be. And I fit in this chair like I fit in the other chair. By the way, the reason the other chair's arm is broken is because my butt was too big. Now, the next NSV is also, well, I've got another one to do with chairs, but first, let me show you this one. I had to pick it up and put it in my bed so that the light wasn't terrible. Technically, I don't know if you'd call this an NSV because this NSV is actually the scale. Yeah. I should show you the other scale. It's a mess and I don't even know where it's at. But before I started this, in order to weigh myself at home, I had to order a bariatric scale that could weigh up to 750 pounds. Luckily, I wasn't that big, but I was getting close. And it was about 4 or 5 inches wider and a couple inches thicker or whatever than this. It's a scale that had to talk to you because most people that were on it wouldn't be able to look down and see what their weight was. The scale links to my phone. They didn't have one my size that linked to my phone. Let's see what other NSVs I can show you. Okay, my next NSV I'm just going to tell you because I don't know where he is exactly. But my next NSV is actually the most important to me, and that's my dad. If you've watched this, you know that if you've watched our channel that my dad is also doing this with me. Now, his reason is not weight loss. It's actually because he's diabetic. At his, okay, let's do it like this. A1C is what measures the level of blood sugar in your blood over an extended amount of time. I know I'm not explaining it very well, but anyway, A1C is the number that determines whether or not you're diabetic. A normal A1C tops out at about 5.6. In my dad's case, they didn't state that he was diabetic until it was over 6.0. So a good A1C, especially for a diabetic, is, depending on who you are, between 6 and 7, at least according to what my father's been told. I'm not exactly sure how accurate that is, but anyway, at the highest, Phoebe, that's my food, don't even. Chicken breast nuggets and veggies. At the highest, I'm pretty sure the highest dad's A1C topped out at like 10 or more. I don't really remember, but it was extremely high, like insulin level higher, blood sugar averaging 250, 300, way too high. After I started WW and started getting my stuff under control, Dad decided to try, and his A1C is now like 6.3, and his average blood sugar is like 135, and his doctor doesn't want it to go any lower than that because of his age and everything. So being able to help and inspire my dad is a huge NSV, and I am extremely proud of that. Now, the last NSV I'm going to talk about has to do with this. It doesn't translate on camera very well. It's also the end of the day and kind of tired, but I got a perm recently. This is not my first perm. The perm is not the NSV. However, I've been getting perms occasionally for 15 years. Nah, not quite, 10. I got a permit originally in my old hometown. A friend of mine had a shop and she did it, and I remember barely being able to fit in the chair in the salon. I fit, but barely, and I had bruises on my thighs for 2 weeks afterwards because I was so stuffed into those chairs. And she never knew that. I never told her, but it was true. I had a problem. Then I moved, and when I moved, I gained a lot of weight. So when I started going to this new place, I had kind of forgotten that aspect of things. But the first time, 2 years ago, it was actually right after I started WW, I went to get my hair permed, and I could barely fit in the regular chair, you know, the one that you sit in when they cut and color your hair, or in my case, put the perm rods in. I barely fit in that. And again, I had bruises for weeks afterwards, but I literally did not fit in the wash chair. I tried. I couldn't. I had one leg sitting on one arm of the chair, one leg sitting on the other. I could not fit into the chair. It was embarrassing to me. My hairstylist was great. She's amazing. So she didn't say anything of it. I stood over the sink to wash my hair. And I stood over the sink to take the perm rods out and to wash it again several times. And I'll insert a picture. Guess how many perm rods was in my hair this time? This time I still had to stand over the sink to get the rods in back, but it wasn't because I couldn't fit in the chair. I fit in the chair. And I did this last week, and no bruises on my legs. So not only did I fit in the chair, I fit in the chair. I had no problem. And helping Dad is my greatest NSV. Nothing is better than helping someone else get healthy, even though I'm still getting healthy myself. But fitting in the chair made me want to cry, because I had anxiety going to get my hair permed because I was wondering, am I going to fit in this chair? But I did. So if you are thinking about starting, or probably more importantly, if you've been doing this for a while and the scale's not showing a loss and you're getting frustrated and you don't understand, look for the NSVs, because those are the things that are going to keep you going. Those are the things that matter the most. They're also, in a lot of cases, the things that other people are going to notice, not necessarily the ones I've shown you here, because what I've shown you are my personal NSVs, like the big ones, but things like the way your clothes look and things like that, those are the things that people are going to notice. No one's going to know the number on the scale except you and whoever you tell. Now, this is all for me. Let's go ambush Jen and get some of her NSVs. Okay, Jen. Non-scale victories.
Non-scale victories. Well, one recent one that I noticed was we went to an amusement park and I was able to buckle in the seats without worrying if I was going to fit.
It's funny because I did my seatbelt in my car.
Oh, really? That's funny. And then being able to lose weight enough to be approved for surgery and to maintain that weight loss, that was a pretty good one. That was one Hannah reminded me of. Man, I had all of them after you. What was the other ones you reminded me?
Trampoline.
Oh, yeah, being able to get on a trampoline. I have not felt comfortable in probably 10 years to get on a trampoline. And that's like one of my favorite things now is to get on a trampoline. Also, I will say that I have become a much more goal-oriented person. Like, I didn't care that much about setting goals or achieving them. I didn't believe in myself, and so I think that that's probably the biggest thing that's changed about me. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to try new things.
She's definitely not afraid to try new things.
Yeah, I'm ready to dive in.
As long as she doesn't try to get a new best friend.
No, that's never going to happen.
So this is proof we are still friends. We do still hang out.
A lot, actually.
Yeah.
We don't pick up the camera enough.
We haven't. So, that's the end of this. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Did you see how many subscribers we're at?
I didn't see. I didn't notice.
We're getting up there. I mean, we're not up there, but
slowly but surely.
Better than we were. Let us know down below, what is your number one non-scale victory that surprised you?
Yes, that surprised you. That's what I don't know. It's
not the typical ones. The typical ones are great.
That
we all have those.
You didn't expect to happen. Phoebe, you are not part of this. This is not JenHannagans Phoebe.
Phoebe's on this channel more than you are lately.
I know, right?
All right, we gotta go.